Precisely 2 months ago, I made a video talking about a handful of neat, free little horror games that try to replicate the style of a PS1 game, for better or for worse. Well, that video has done surprisingly well for my channel, so all of you who watched and provided your kind words, thank you, genuinely. So here I am, coming back with episode 2 of these PS1 Styled Horror Games. I went to the deepest depths of the internet and found another handful of free horror games that look like PS1 games, and today, we'll be playing them and judging the scary factor of each one. Here's all the games I'm playing in this video, and they'll also be linked in the description in case you want to play them before you watch this video. Let's jump right into this. Well, here's the first game on the list. It's called Guests. Right out the gate, I think it's safe to say that this game isn't really trying to go for a PS1 style, but more of a style that just looks bad. I'm pretty sure it was tagged with PSX, which for those of you who don't know is what these PS1 styled horror games are officially called, so I'm counting it. Fuck you. We're greeted by a house on a hill that's reminiscent of the old Windows desktop background with an incredible font and Daddy Suck 5000. Daddy Suck 5000. We awaken from a drug-induced coma and step into the rusty hallway where we're greeted by a worker of some kind. If we talk to him, he says he's gonna repair the house. Repair what? I have no clue, but I mean, if a convulsing man with glowing eyes walks into my house and says he's gonna repair it, I'm not gonna ask any questions. I mean, he's not wearing an engineer uniform for no reason. He slides past and into the bedroom, though when we look in there, he's, not there. He fucking lied to me. He lied to me. I trusted him, and what did he do? He walked into my room, opened a portal to another dimension, and left. That's what he did. Now we have to go upstairs, where all we can see is a chair with... I don't know, a Roblox character sitting in it? Oh, that's Dad. Jesus, Dad, you could renovate the place at least a little. It looks disgusting. We tell him about the renovations being made downstairs, but apparently we cannot afford it. We can afford a 3-bedroom house with a massive hallway on a beautiful hill, but we can't afford a few repairs? Yeah, whatever, Dad. So now we have to walk back downstairs and tell the repairman that we can't afford whatever the hell he's doing. After walking down into the longest hallway in the darkest basement I've ever seen in my life, and meeting the repairman, he says that this place will have to rot, then sprints out of the home, pitter-patter and all. Well, he took that pretty well, I guess. I mean, due to your debt, we had to sell your bed. Debt. Guy in a suit. Yo, Squid Game? I walk over to the most comfortable looking bed I've ever seen, where I am then told that I am sleeping. Just like real life, I don't doze off and close my eyes, I black out with a voice constantly ringing in my head. So what I didn't realize is that the next cutscene was already loaded while I was sleeping, so there was dialogue going off behind this black screen, and I kept clicking for some reason. So when the "you're asleep" screen left, I now had 3 businessmen in front of me, one saying that they took the chair upstairs, and my kidney. You know what? Fuck you, man. I needed that. And after a 5-second cutscene that doesn't add anything, the game is over, where we see the creator of this travesty, masterpiece. Man, what the fuck can I even say about this game? There's not really anything scary to it. But I mean, if that's not what the creator wanted, then I guess there's no problem with that. But even then, it just feels like a quirky shitpost and nothing else. As usual, I could be missing the point, but with a name like Daddy Suck 5000 on Twitter, I'm gonna stick with the shitpost option. I don't even know how to begin talking about this game. So the beginning of the game is a black screen explaining that we're living in a college campus. I hate this already. And that we've taken on the role of being a lab rat for some extra money to cope with raised living expenses. We have to listen to this radio that's spitting random numbers and report any emotional changes. We start off in a whack little hospital room where we turn on the radio and are told what we just read. So she starts reading off numbers, and I appreciate when stories take a lot of time to have a slow build-up, but Jesus, this goes on fucking forever without anything happening. The numbers went on for so long, I thought I had to do something, but bam, January 52nd is apparently our trigger number, and just in case you're deaf and can't hear the... There it is in big white letters on the screen right in front of you. What's really cool is that when things start picking up, it's really subtle at first. The first thing that changes is this picture on the wall of a human body, but when you look away and look back, it's a picture of a tree. This technique is used a lot, but damn, it's pretty neat every time. After some more time, we're told to not trust the voice, and now the chalkboard is a painting too. Holy shit, is this gonna be Mario 64? It's not Mario 64, it's not Mario 64! So after the voice on the radio gets louder, we're told probably the worst thing you could ever hear in a game that has the word horror somewhere related to it. When we turn around, we're met with an image of me crying and convulsing on the shower floor before the lights go out. Great. The lights turn back on and Fleshman is gone and the door is open. His sweet, gentle voice says, "Let's go." And after walking through the door, we are now in a living room, and when this dialogue starts picking up, oh boy, is there a lot to unpack. Immediately, there's a British man who starts going on and on about his boyfriend or husband and about their relationship. I don't know, man, but something about the way this guy narrates just sounds really personal and genuine, and it really gets to me. He talks about how his boyfriend came home one night drunk and crying and talking about how he wanted to go to a place where no one knows him, while the narrator says the exact opposite. As time goes on, the room starts changing to reflect a gruesome old imagery and some caution tape that implies something about a crime scene, and the narrator's attitude towards whoever this other guy was progressively gets more aggressive and disgusted towards him. He mentions that at some point the boyfriend wanted some type of sexual thrill that was so horrific to the narrator that he started coming home later, taking night classes, and just generally trying to stay away from whoever this boyfriend is. The narrator starts having an affair, the boyfriend started drinking more, became more depressed, and bizarrely, the narrator goes on about how this makes him happy. Damn, I didn't know the narrator was my ex. We teleport to what I assume is the upstairs bedroom, where it's dark and we're surrounded by paintings of this flesh demon. The aggression towards the boyfriend only got worse, going so far as the narrator planting a gun in the nightstand beside the bed so the boyfriend could kill himself. And the narrator doesn't feel guilt after he kills himself either. He feels happy. What the f***? So after the talking ends, there are papers spread around the room that have to do with the doctor's office and the numbers and other symptoms that have to do with either the boyfriend or the player, but I don't know. Anyway, we go into an upside down door and now we're in a cone room with two floating orbs, and the whole time there are subtitles on the bottom of the screen that are what I'm assuming is a note from the dead boyfriend to the narrator that are just explaining the love that one had towards the other, and that overall he forgives the narrator. Or I guess Justin. I can't even make a joke about this part, it's straight up really emotional. But the wholesome Keanu Reeves Reddit moment doesn't last long as we're told this. Yeah, sometimes I look in the mirror and wish I didn't recognize myself either. We are now in a big-ass art gallery with creepy-ass imagery in the rooms we've been in thus far. They all have names and descriptions, though when you get far enough into the back of the room, all you hear is buzzing and... F*** that, I'm going somewhere else. Alright, I'll go. Oh no, my Apple computer crashed. Oh no. Now we're in this place with more ringing and faint music that ramps up the more we go, eventually playing this really gentle acoustic guitar with random imagery appearing on the screen that reminds me of Sad Satan, and no, that's not a good thing. The images only get worse though, just like real life, we inevitably get closer and closer to the light surrounded by missing textures from CSGO, and the light expands and the screen fades to black. Oh. What? So I can't really say for sure if any of the numbers in this game have any significance, but my interpretation of this game is pretty obvious, I guess, from the material it works with. It's just about relationships, really. Breaking up with someone you love being around can suck, and the emotions and guilt that can be felt afterwards are overwhelming and painful for both parties. A lot of times it can be a one-sided thing, with one person being absolutely infatuated and the other wanting nothing to do with it. The flesh creature is the dead boyfriend haunting Justin as he goes through this abstract purgatory and forgives and forgets about what happened with his ex. The images are a quick recap of their memories together, and yeah, it sucks that there's not much gameplay to this, but damn it, I love this game. Like I said, the narration feels really deep and emotional, and the music at the end is nice, and there were plenty of creepy things that happened to keep this game as a, you know, horror game. So, yeah, go play this one. It's really good. I really liked it. Deep-seated emotional trauma and overwhelming guilt from a past lover that killed himself? Fuck all that shit. We have a cute fucking dog and fucking naked people in the forest and a shotgun. The Whitetail incident is pretty much Siren Head if it had any content. You start the game off as Hutch, speeding down a highway and flipping off the Ultima because he was going 75 in a 60 instead of 80 in a 60. You're looking for another park ranger like you named John Nathan. Hutch is being a whiny little bitch because he's scared of the dark in the woods. What's the matter, Hutch? Scared of a little wood? You're not a real man, Hutch. Real men wear t-shirts with their favorite ball man on it. Real men wake up at 4 in the morning to drink a Miller Lite and abuse their kids. Real men don't express emotion. They bottle it up until the nearest female walks by them so they can physically take it out on them. They just have the same roid rage look on their face all the time and think about nothing but pussy instead of a successful job or starting a career doing something they love. Real men drive massive trucks so they can drive 120 miles per hour at 2 in the morning to wake up every single person within a 20-mile radius for absolutely no reason at all. We step out of the vehicle and here we are, staring into the void of trees and grass with dog. We walk into the woods, see a deer, and stumble across a camp with a still lit fire, but all is not well when we see a trail of blood and follow it, where we now see... Oh shit, someone dropped a piano again. The camper is dead because he was attacked by a wild animal, though luckily for us, there's a shotgun blessed by the heavenly light of God just a few feet away. After walking in a straight line for like an hour, we find Jonathan surrounded by a bunch of naked guys with no dick. They may look stupid as shit, but these guys are fucking creepy. Not necessarily because of their appearance, but because of the whispering they constantly do. I have this weird phobia of like, things slowly, progressively getting closer to you, so hearing this whispering constantly get closer when you're facing away is extremely unsettling. After we absolutely shit on these bozos, we walk up to Johnny Boy, but it's pretty clear he's not okay, as seconds after talking to him, and then he just runs off into the night. The poor creature, we only knew him for a few seconds, and now he's gone. You gotta go back through all the same areas again, except this time with... But when you get back to the Jeep, the Deer Man is there, or should I say Deer Sponge, because holy shit, all this boss fight is running around in circles and shooting him over and over and over. I'm not joking, that's all there is to it. After you deal the final blow, he ragdolls and, oh my god, come on. And that's it. I mean, it's fun because it's an FPS, and like I said, the whispering and single animation run cycle is creepy, but damn, that boss fight is boring, and the story may as well not even be there. Not that the small story is that much of a bad thing, I just kind of wish the game was scarier, and the guy turning into a deer is just fucking stupid. It's not even scary, it's not even creepy. I was just, what the fuck? But I mean, it's a pretty decent play. At the very least, it's entertaining and it's really fun. It's a lot better than Siren Head. The least I can say is that it's not just a walking simulator, so I'd recommend this one. Blank screen. More like windowed screen because this stupid son of a bitch only fills up a fraction of my desktop screen. Aside from the terribly animated royalty-free robot man that you play as, the game looks pretty cool to me, which I guess is what the dev was going for, because after looking back at the page for this game, the developers said that this was mostly just a game to showcase the graphics with all this weird text all over the screen, but holy shit. On terms of being just a game, that cannot save this. It's so incredibly unclear what the fuck I'm supposed to do, or where the fuck I'm supposed to go. You're in this little valley, and after walking for a few seconds, a glitch noise will come up, and this ghost guy will appear. And then you're directed towards this stupid-ass desktop in the middle of the woods where nothing happens, a screen pops up, then you get gangbanged by ghosts. I played this like 5 times just to try and see and figure out what I'm supposed to do, but there is no lenience on helping you out at all. You could argue that I just need to look up what to do, but where's the fun in that? I don't like having help from a walkthrough, so I'm just gonna stop. If anyone else got through this, tell me. I'm just now realizing that that could be all there is to this game, but I'm getting angry for no reason at all. But there could be more to this game, and if anyone has found it, tell me. But as it sits right now, this game fucking sucks. If I had a list of some of the things I'm most scared of, alleyways would be one of the things on that list, so thank God there's a game about it. The game is pretty much just a walking simulator, but the atmosphere is creepy and it kind of reminds me of Silent Hill. And just like Silent Hill, everything slowly begins to turn into the inside of Satan's asshole. At the end of the alleyway, you see this body bag, and after touching it, you're teleported to the beginning again. You walk back, but the bag isn't there anymore, just blood, so walk back to the beginning. Oh, there he is. Okay, this isn't funny anymore. The bagman teleports in your face for a split second, and now you're back at the beginning again. You go back to the end of the alleyway, and oh shit, there's my liver from earlier. You go back to the beginning again, and now there's whispering. And now there's a giant bagman. Oh boy. A giant staircase now lies at the end of the alleyway, and what I thought was a stairway to heaven was eventually a body bag gangbang. Hell yeah. Paradise? You got that right. So apparently there's different endings to this game, and the first time I played this, I didn't even bother going for the second one, but the second time playing through this, I walked off the staircase, and yeah, that was the other ending, though I don't really know if there are more endings than just those two, but as I said before, if you found them, tell me. I don't know if this game has really any deeper meaning. I guess one interpretation I could come up with is that you're some type of murderer or someone that has witnessed someone get killed, and you're now stuck in a perpetual cycle of torment being haunted by that dead person. And in the end, even when you try to forgive and forget by walking away from it, it still comes back to haunt you. But if that's not the interpretation, as a neat little game, though, I think it does its job pretty well. There's not a lot to it. It is just a walking simulator, but for a one-time, 5-minute little play, yeah, I'd recommend it. The last destination in our polygonal adventure is Channel Infinity, and oh my god, I cannot see shit. When I first listened to the dialogue in this game, I thought he was speaking Russian, but I'm pretty sure it's just jumbled up words that sound like a drunk belligerent guy. So yeah, it's in Russian. All there really is to the game is sitting down in your plain-ass house and watching TV. Oh wait, I mean creepy YouTube videos that we all watch when we have friends over at our house at 12 in the morning. The sensitivity on this game is so fucking low, and there's no way to change it, so I'm constantly having to slide my mouse over and over like I'm skinning a fucking animal to even slightly look to the right, and it's fucking annoying. After you watch your TV shows, a few weird things start happening. Your vacuum turns on by itself, your bath turns on by itself and starts leaking radioactive goo, though since it's a Russian household, I'm sure that's nothing out of the ordinary. But after the creepy videos play, you turn to a channel that has the infinite symbol on it.
He's in, boys! He did it! He said it!
And now we're watching footage that's the outside of the home, and we have to go hide. After sitting alone in the dark for a few seconds, text on the screen begins flashing that's telling us to meet the mystery man. I mean, he's being pretty formal. I can't deny that I'm sure he's a nice guy. Holy shit, it's pyrocynical. The game may not look like a lot from how I'm reviewing it, and that's because there's really not a lot to explain. It's not really that bad, but it's not that good either. The creepy videos on the TV kind of take me out of it because, well, they're just creepy videos stolen from YouTube, and the jump scare at the end with Oddhead is just kind of weird. Not to mention that the overbearing special effects on the camera make it difficult to see literally fucking anything. And as I said before, the sensitivity is so low that it's honestly a chore to play this game. Though, weirdly enough, the game has this strange sense of personality. Not really with the graphics or the art style or the music or the gameplay but with this weird dialogue that I thought was just really entertaining. So yeah, give it a play if you want. As I did in the first video, I'm going to throw all these games into a list and judge them, though instead of judging their scare factor only, I thought it would be more fun to judge the games entirely as a whole. I just feel like judging the games as a whole and not just based on one factor is a lot more fun to do, I guess. It allows me to look at more aspects of the game and not just looking at how scary they are, because there are more aspects to a game than just how scary it is, so let's do this. So here we are. My audio quality probably sounds a little bad right now because I have no fucking sound foam around my desk, but it'll come at some point. As of now, here we are. I have the official tier list, like any other great YouTuber. And look, I even made these, oh fuck. I even made these cute little icons over here that are like little 1x1 title things for all the games that I played. They could be like little stickers or something. I don't know. I thought it was neat. Let's start with the Whitetail incident. It was pretty creepy, and the gameplay in itself was just fun. So I'm gonna put it in a B. Not quite an A. It's not amazing for an S, and it's not like almost amazing for an A because it was just really simple and the boss fight kind of sucked ass. Guests, there was some effort, but it was like neither fun to play nor scary. That's an E. F would just be like fucking. You know what F is? I know that the developer said it wasn't really meant to be a game, just a showcase, but it's a game and it sucks. Security booth, that was just weird. It was it tried to do something. I'll give it that, but it wasn't scary. The story made no sense, but it had gameplay to it. So if it was just like a walking simulator, which I mean it kind of is, not really. If it was a walking simulator, I'll put it in E, but since it had like something to it, I'll put it in D. D's no. We don't talk about it. I loved this game. It didn't have a lot of gameplay, but it had good story. In my opinion, that's an A, without a doubt. Alleyway. Another walking simulator, but it was really creepy. I'll put that with Whitetail Incident. That one's good. Siren Head. Good idea. Good looking graphics for like a PS1, but boring. I'll put it in a C. No, I'll put it with Security Booth. They're kind of on the same level for me. Slide in the Woods. I thought Slide in the Woods was pretty decent, pretty good. I'll put that in B. No Players Online. That's going in A without a doubt, because not only does it appeal to like a really easy feeling for a lot of people to like relate to, but the story was good. The creepy parts where it like made you look kind of ruined it. But yeah. If there wasn't like a metric ton more stuff to that story that I didn't even cover in the first video, it would be B. But because of the sheer amount of shit that went into like how the graphics look and more of the story, I'm gonna keep it there. And Iketsuki, as badly as I want to make this S, it just was not that scary, so I'm gonna put it in A as well. So there's our tier list for all the PSX games. There they all are. We have yet to have the perfect game that has a perfect balance between horror, story, and gameplay, but we have some that have come pretty damn close, some decent ones. We don't have any that are just in the middle normal, but we have these down here, and this, yeah. Well, that's about it for the video. I hope this long-awaited sequel was what people wanted. It's been a while for me to like make this video, because the first time I recorded it, I accidentally deleted all of the audio and video files for it, so I had to go back and re-record it, and of course it's just been chaotic everywhere. So if you watched this all the way through, thank you. If you watched halfway through, fuck you.